Every afternoon, as they were coming from school, the children used to go and play in the giant's garden. It was a large, lovely garden with soft green grass. Here and there over the grass stood beautiful flowers like stars. And there were 12 peach trees that in the springtime broke into delicate blossoms of pink and pearl. And the autumn bore rich fruit. The birds sat on the trees and sang so sweetly that the children used to stop their games in order to listen to them. How happy we are here, they cried to each other. One day, the giant came back. He had been to visit his friend, the Cornish ogre, and had stayed with him for 7 years. After the 7 years were over, he had said all that he had to say, for his conversation was limited. And he determined to return to his own castle. When he arrived, he saw the children playing in the garden. "What are you doing here?" he cried in the very gruff voice, and the children ran away. "My own garden is my own garden," said the giant. "Anyone can understand that, and I will allow nobody to play in it but myself." So he built a wall all around it and put up a notice board. "Trespassers will be prosecuted." He was a very selfish giant. The poor children had nowhere to play.
They tried to play on the road, but the road was very dusty and full of hard stone, and they didn't like it. They used to wander along the high wall, then by the were over. They found the beautiful garden inside. "Oh, how happy we were there," they say to each other. "Then it's my dream, and you're all over from there. Now it wasn't a real church. Only the garden of the selfish giant was still there. And the river not there to see us where our children the big conversations. Once a beautiful flower would but it said over the grass, but when silent, not this bird was so sorry for the children that it slept there down and went off. The only people who were pleasing were the snow folks. It was forgotten to sky and cry. So yellow, the snow covered our grass when was waited out the trees over. Not wanting to stay with them. He was drunken and lost. They rode all day but many months gone. The place was full. He went up the hill on a little so the whole thing. On the roof of the castle, lots of sweat. Was like ice. I
his giant, as he sat at the window and looked out at his cold white garden. I hope Fitri will be a change in the weather. But the spring never came, not the summer that gave golden fruit to every garden, but to the giant garden she gave now. He is the shellfish, she said. So it was always winter, tree and the north line, and the hail, and the frost and the snow and the snow danced both through the trees. One morning, the giant was lying awake in bed when he heard some lovely music. It sounded so sweet to his ears that he thought it must be the king's musicians passing by. It was really only a little wind singing outside his window, but it was so a sign he had heard a bird sing in his garden that it seemed to him to be the most beautiful music in the world. Then the hail stopped dancing over his head and the north wind casting roaring. And a delicious perfume came to him through the open casement. I believe the spring has come at last, said the giant. And he jumped out of bed and looked out. What did he see? He saw a most wonderful sight.
From a little hole in the wall, the children had sat in and then were sitting in the branches of the trees. In every tree that called the tree was a little child, and the trees were so glad to have the children back again that they had cooperated themselves with the sun. And while waiting, they are listening above the children's heads. The birds were flying about and and the flowers were looking up through the green grass and lovely. It was a lovely sky. Only in one corner it was still dark. It was the farthest corner of the garden, and it was standing a little boy. He was so small that the whole moonlight went up to the branches of the tree, and he was standing all alone it by bitterly. The whole tree was filled with frost and snow, and the north wind was blowing and roaring above it. Come up, little boy, said the tree, and it burst down low as it called, but the boy was staying. And the giants heard nodded as looking out. How selfish I have been, he said. Now I know why the spring will not come here. I will put that poor little boy on the top of the tree, and I will come down the wall, and my garden shall be the children's playground forever and ever.
He was really very sorry for what he had done. So he crept downstairs and opened the front door quite softly and went out into the garden. But when the children saw him, they were so frightened that they all ran away, and the garden became winter again. Only the little boy did not run, for his eyes were so full of tears that he did not see the giant coming. And the giant stole up behind him and took him gently in his hand and put him up into the tree. And the tree broke at once into blossom, and the birds
came and sang on it. And the little boy stretched out his two arms and flung them around the giant's neck and kissed him. And the other children, when they saw that the giant was not wicked any longer, came running back. And with them came spring. "It is your garden now, little children," said the giant. And he took a great axe and knocked down the wall. And when the people were going to market at 12 o'clock, they found the giant playing with the children in the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. All day long they played, and in the evening they came to the giant to bid him goodbye. "But where's your little companion?" he said. "The boy I put into the tree." The giant loved him the best because he had kissed him.
"We don't know," answered the children. "He has gone away. You must tell him to be sure and come here tomorrow," said the giant. But the children said that they did not know where he lived and had never seen him before. And the giant felt very sad. Every afternoon, when school was over, the children came and played with the giant, but the little boy whom the giant loved was never seen again. The giant was very thin to all the children, yet he longed for his dear little friend and often spoke of him. "How I would like to see him." "Hey," asked said, "just one offer," and the giant grew very old and feeble. He could not play about anymore, so he sent it to Army's head and watched the children as their games and admired his garden. "I have many beautiful flowers," he said, "but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all." One winter morning, he looked out of his window as he was dressing. He did not have the winter now, for he knew that it was merely the spring asleep, and that the flowers were resting. Suddenly he rubbed his eyes in wonder and looked. It certainly was a marvelous sight. In the furthest corner of the garden was a tree covered with lovely with blooms.
Its branches were all golden, and simple fruit hung down from them, and underneath it stood the little boy he had loved. Downstairs ran the giant in great joy, and out into the garden. He hastened across the grass and came near to the child. And when he came quite close, his face grew red with anger. And he said, "Who had dared to wound me?" For on the palms of the child's hands were the prints of the nails, and the prints of the nails were on the little feet. "Who had dared to wound thee?" cried the giant. "Tell me, that I may take my big sword and slay him." "Nay," answered the child, "but these are the wounds of love." "Who art thou?" said the giant. And a strange oath fell on him, and he knelt before the little child. And the child smiled on the giant and said to him, "You let me play once in your garden. Today you shall come with me to my garden, which is paradise." And when the children ran in the afternoon, They found the giant lying dead under the tree, all covered with white blossom.